What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on Assetto Corsa for my Assetto Corsa various car hot lapping challenge fun speed thing. I really don't know at this point. I really don't. But anyways, you already know the car, but I'll do my usual intro anyways. We are going to do the same deal as usual. Laguna Seca, Monza, warm-up lap, or out lap, excuse me, then warm-up lap, then the flying lap that goes on timesheets and see how the car compares. Today is going to be a tricky one. It might be one of those where I shut up and make the lap and try not to die because, of course, today's car that we are going to be taking the Laguna and Monza is the Porsche 91730. The Turbo Panzer, Can-Am Killer, whatever you want to refer to this car as. Mark Donohue in this car was an absolute beast of a combination. And I'm terrified. In Q-Trim, which we will be using today, I talk a little bit about how we don't do SAP adjustments unless the car has like a racing soft option rather than the standard hard tires or something like that, or a turbo option like this car definitely does. Then we'll adjust it. But this car in Q mode produces well over 1,500 horsepower. Yes, I said 1,500 horsepower. That's with 2 zeros at the end. So this is going to be an absolutely manic lap. This car is going to fly down the straights. It's going to be much more suited to Monza than Laguna for sure. But this is going to be a terrifying car to drive around here. I think it probably drove around here in real life at the hands of Mark Donohue and Can-Am. But I mean, just look at this door. Like, this is like the sill of the car is like 3 feet wide before you get to the driver's compartment. It's insane. This car is absolutely bonkers. It's kind of an evolution, I guess, in some ways, of the 917K that we drove a couple episodes ago. I have no idea what to expect. I'm just hoping I honestly don't die. But this car sounds amazing. It's going to drive great on the straights, and I just hope to hell that I can get stopped at the end of these straightaways. So let's get right into it. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm terrified. Oh yeah, when that turbo kicks in, oh my goodness gracious. Of course, have to name the game here as we don't stop. I haven't not stopped in a while, but that's a pretty predictable thing. It's keeping that turbo spooled, keeping the RPMs up, because when that puppy kicks in, we're going to have full craziness blast as I overdrive everything again. Okay, I need to shut up and focus on this one, unfortunately. I know everybody loves hearing my great voice, but this car is not going to stop that well. It's not going to handle that well. We're going to spin the rear tires a lot, make mistakes, but I got to just suck it up and try to put the lap together. So I'm going to continue on here on this out lap. I'll talk a little bit more, and then we'll go into the warm-up lap and the fast lap, and for about 3 minutes or so. Oh my goodness. For about 3 minutes or so, I'll shut up and try to put my money where my mouth is as a driver, because this is one of the more ultimate tests, as we don't get stopped there at all. We actually made it somehow, but hear that turbo kick in. Just launch this car up towards the corkscrew, which is terrifying. I have no idea if this car is actually going to be very fast, since it is kind of a straightaway monster, and this track is anything but that. As far as, actually trying and seeing what it comes out to. I just thought it was interesting. It's a pretty notable car, pretty famous car, so here we go. I guess I will put my brave suit on and try to run 2 laps in a row without dying. Not ideal. You notice we are actually having to lift for the little kink in the front straightaway as well, so let's see if I can get that right on this lap. Pretty much having to brake for that kink, but other than the corkscrew, warm-up lap wasn't too terrible, so just gotta make one more, Justin. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, so I am gonna run one more because a mistake is different than, you know, 10-second loss in turn one. So this might just be the hardest car that I've had to drive so far as putting a lap together. It has all the madness of the Lotus 98T with the handling of the Lotus 49, if that's a good way to explain it, honestly. Because it doesn't stop, it doesn't really like to turn, it even doesn't really like to accelerate, funnily enough. It just spins the rear wheels and slides and wiggles. So I'll give it one more go. If we mess this third lap up, then we'll call it good, and we'll just take that 25,777, which isn't really representative, but at least it's a lap. So we'll give it one more go. I know I said I wouldn't do this. I've already done it once, I think, but I'd rather put a representative lap down for the most part than, you know, just have a 1 minute 30 for a car like this or something, which is well capable of going much faster than that. So. Alright, deep breath. We gotta do it again. I know it's absolutely terrifying, but it must be done. Last corner super slow, and then we'll just launch it out the other side. Here we go. Alright, well that was terrible, but at least we kept it on track. Better be awake when you put your right foot down on the corner exit here, because you will not survive if you're not. Just crawling through the corkscrew. Absolutely crawling. There we go. Alright, we made it. 25.28. I don't know why I struggled so much with turn one. Maybe I was just carrying more speed over there, not, I guess, braking basically over the crest for the little kink, which is really turn one, but it's not, if you know what I mean. But I mean, we blew everything for turn one, which kind of sucks, but still a decent lap time, 25.2, which actually does place it ahead of 5.99, just barely. 5.99 was at 25.3, so this is what, 7th fast overall. Porsche 917-30, 1 minute 25.281. I'm a little bit terrified trying to get this car to stop for the chicanes at Monza for sure, especially turn one. Interesting to note, this car is a full 5.2 seconds faster than the 917K. Again, a very different car in a lot of ways, but just interesting to note that comparison. So now we get a brave pill again. How did that compare to my... I ran about the same in the last sector. 8 tenths better, a little bit slower in 1 and 2, basically. So not a terrible lap. Probably could have run another 2 or 3 tenths better, but not sure if I would have been faster in the C7R at 24.84. So we'll hop into Monza, see if we can survive. I have no idea if we're going to make it or not. My prediction says no, but I got to keep the faith. All right. Same deal here. We will go and we will strap on. There it is. 100% turbo. We go full beans here. Oh, I'm already out of breath from the last one. I have no idea how this is going to go. Probably going to be a little more relaxing because there's just more straightaway, but the chicanes and the Scari are going to be absolutely horrifying. I predict that the Scari and the Parabolica are going to be absolutely brutally terrible, and I'm going to mess them up royally, so... Oh, the brakes in this car are so bad. Even out of the pits, we just barely got stopped, which is not good. So slow through the first chicane. And the turbo kicks in your way, whether you like it or not. There's grass there. Again, this car wider than I'm thinking it is because the nose is narrower than the front, or the back, excuse me. Wiggling all over the place. Honestly, this car is nuts, but it's not that fun, if that makes sense. Like, you're having to work so hard, and it's like a chore to get it to go around the corner quickly. Which doesn't make it that much fun. That just, you know, I would never recommend this car to just sit in hot lap for an hour because you'd be absolutely freaking exhausted. Can't get stopped for Lesmo too. Oh, this is not a good sign, people. It's going to be a weapon down these long straights, and then we're going to suffer massively through every single corner. Thankfully, there aren't too many here. Oh, please stop. Oh, Lord. Okay. Braked way early there, like 215. Okay, well, we'll see. I'm scared. 200 easy. Oh man, okay. Turn 1, we're going to be braking at like 250 meters from 220 miles an hour. Oh, this car is just nuts. Started the warm-up lap 180 at start-finish. Good grief. Only 4-speed, I forget that this car's not 5-speed. Oh no! Man, we braked at 250 and we couldn't get it done. That's just wrong. That is just wrong. Alright, I expected not to turn through here. Yep, need a big lift, oversteer. Lift up, oversteer, wiggling through Curva Grande. Not dead. Just barely get the thing stopped for second chicane. What an absolute monster of a car. Mark Donohue was a legend for driving this thing and having any kind of success. And he didn't even die in this car. He died in the Formula 1 car test in, I believe, like a Penske March or something. I can't believe this car didn't kill anybody, because it certainly is killing me, and I'm sitting in the nice comfort of my own home. Good grief. There's that ambulance there. I'm going to need him shortly. Oh, please turn. Please stop. Good grief. This is just nuts. This car is something else. You know why they didn't give it 5-speed? Because if you had to shift this thing at 215 miles an hour and look off the steering wheel or whatever to find your mark, you would die. They said, hey, 4-speed's good enough. We don't want you to die while you're trying to shift to top gear, so. Warm-up lap was sloppy, missed turn 1, made mistakes. But we gotta push on, see if we can put a lap together. Everybody, hold your breath, here we go. Well over 220 miles an hour here for the brake zone. I mean, we kind of sort of made it. Bounced over the curbs, probably lost a little bit of time, but hey, whatever. I don't care anymore, I don't want to drive this car anymore. I'm scared. A little bit of a lift there, another lift. The car just does not want to go around a big corner like that. Just barely stops for second chicane, not the best line by any means. Then we put the right foot down and it's just a weapon. You almost don't feel like you're going that fast because it's so slow through the corners compared to some other aero cars. But it is so absolutely fast on the straightaway that it almost blurs your perception of the speed you're going in each. The corners feel like you're crawling, but then the straightaways, you don't realize the speed difference. You don't realize you're doing 210 miles an hour into a Scari with no brakes, which is nuts. Please stop. It's the best we've actually gotten through there, even though I braked at like 225 meters, which is just kind of sad. Get the turbo spooled up. Go, 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 go. This car takes a lot out of you, I swear. It's fun in its own way, but it is not a pleasurable car, if that makes sense. Please stop. There we go. Thank God we don't have to brake for turn 1 again. Put the right foot down, try not to die, aim it somewhere regarding the line. 143.1. Let's see what happens if I hit something at like 220 miles an hour. Are these things destructible? Yes, they are. Okay. I mean, sorta. What a crazy freaking car. What an unbelievable experience, even though I did not particularly enjoy it, if that's the right word. Whew. 143 is pretty dang sporty, though. That puts us right up in 4th place. Whew. Porsche 917-30. I knew this car would be much more suited around here, obviously, even though it is an absolute animal to drive, but it's like 3 seconds faster in the 787B, 3.5 seconds faster in the P1, a full 6.5 seconds faster and some change actually than the Ferrari 312T that we drove last time out. So a bonkers car, about 2 seconds give or take off of the Sauber C9, which of course came like 15 or 20 years later than this, which is kind of a similar philosophy, honestly. So absolutely terrifying car to have to push at the limit, but we made it. Speaking of pushing, see, I did it again. Make sure you push that like and sub down below so you don't miss any of the action from Assetto, Corsa, iRacing, F122, anything else I may post. I'm going to go have a cold shower because that was a lot of work. But yeah, other than that, it was enjoyable. So not the best lap ever there. You see the lap over lap comparison. My Sector 2 was sloppy as well, but it is what it is. So that's going to be all for today. And as always, until next time, bye.